Hello, good morning, stand up for the champions. Thank you so much for joining us at Star 103.5 FM. Good morning to you, wherever you're doing the listening from. It is Friday. Yes, Friday, the 30th day of December 2024. And I'm so hyped, of course, to bring you the latest in the world of sports this morning. My name is Jones, G Jones, ADZI. Across all social media platforms, you can find me, Jones ADZI. This morning, we do have news, of course, from local scene, because this weekend, the biggest game, the biggest clash would be happening in the Ghana Premier League, the Super Clash, we call it, the El Clasico of Ghana. Yes, will be happening this weekend when Kumasi Asante Kotoko hosts Accra Hearts of Oak. And well, Coach Prosper Ogun, we know he's a talker. He would always give you content, and he's been saying a few things. Would get to their camp and get to listen to what Ogun has been saying ahead of Sunday's fixture. And then, of course, would move to the European scene. Obviously, yesterday, Manchester United were in action. Chelsea were in action. We'll get to listen to both coaches, Amorim and then Enzo Maresca. Before I take you to the English Premier League, bring you all the fixtures that will be happening in the English Premier League this weekend. But then, let's start off with some Jama. You know, it's Friday. It's Friday, and why not start with some good Jama? Okay, let's start off from the Ghana Premier League, because coach of Kumasi Asante Kotoko, Prosper Nateogum, says games between Kotoko and Accra of Folk always have different dynamics and won't depend on the form of the teams. Hearts will travel to Kumasi to face the Porcupine Warriors in the Ghana Premier League on Sunday, in a game where Coach Ogun believes his side is well prepared for.
Technical staff, everybody is very positive. We are very poised. Tactically, we are approaching the game based on how we've seen them doing, especially in the away games. But then, if you look at games between Kotoko and Hearts of Oak, normally the dynamics are different. So, what I want to tell you is that we are very hopeful as a technical staff, as a playing body. The players are prepared physically, tactically, psychologically. They are prepared for the game on Sunday.
Coach Ogun says his side are prepared physically, emotionally, psychologically for the game. And then, interestingly, he has urged the fans to fill up the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, where, of course, they'll be playing for the first time. Don't forget that Baba Yara was closed after all the AFCON issues. Renovation works had to happen at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and then they had to move to the Linkley Sports Stadium as their home venue. For the first time this season, Kumasi Asante Kotoko will be playing at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and that was, it couldn't have been any game than the Super Clash. So it is going to be the first time they will be at the Baba Yara Sports Stadium, and he wants the fans not to hoot or rant at the players, but he wants them to become the 12th man in a very, very crucial game this Sunday.
To come in their numbers to come and support us. We are playing at home, and it's a big game and the biggest game of the season. We all know the dynamics that go into games between Kotoko and Hearts of Oak. So we need them. We want to see the whole place filled with red colors, singing, drumming, dancing, supporting us. And then, as I always say, in the game, you will not have it good throughout the 90 minutes. Some moments within the game, we may go down in terms of our level of performance. Performance cannot be consistent throughout the 90 minutes. If you are lucky, it will be. In the moments that we go down within the 90 minutes, they have to try as much as possible to make sure that they support us. When I say go down, in terms of our performance, sometimes you see that energy levels will drop. So when the energy levels drop and then they begin to make certain few errors, they shouldn't be ranting at them, they shouldn't be hooting at them, they shouldn't be booing at them. But like we see in Europe, where we watch these matches on DSTV and what have you, they still support them. And that is what we want. We want the 12th player to take advantage of.
So, Coach Prosper Nateogum is calling on you, Kotoko fans. Please don't hoot or rant or boo at the players. Don't do that. And don't do that. Right, so we'll see how that game would pan out. Across of folk traveling to the Babayara Sports Stadium to face. Of course, they'll be meeting for the 115th time. Yes. That's how far these two have come. 115 meetings between Accra Hearts of Oak and Kumasi Asante Kotoko. For other fixtures in the Ghana Premier League, Vision FC would play Midiama Sporting Club in Sotraman, take on Dreams FC. Would see Samatex up against Bandu Hearts of Lions. Berkum Chelsea play Diana Stars. Accra Lions up against Nations FC. And Lagos City is take on Bechim United. Karela United play Bibiani Gold Stars. Basake Holy Stars would be at home and welcome Young Apostles FC. So all these games would be on Saturday, and then on Sunday 3 p.m. Accra Hearts of Oak move to the Baba Sports Stadium and take on Kumasi Asante Kotoko. Right now, let's move on to the European scene. Yesterday, Rasmus Højlund came off the bench to score twice as Manchester United fought back from a goal down to claim a vital Europa League win at Victoria Pleasant. The 21-year-old forward leveled after some good link-up play from Anthony and then Amad Diallo slotting in from close range when Ivorian's initial effort was blocked. And then Dane International then drove a low shot into the bottom right corner after sprinting onto Bruno Fernandes' clever pass from a free kick. The results lift Ruben Amorim's side into the top 8 positions that would automatically see them qualify for the last 16 of the competition. Well, first, let's get to listen to Coach Ruben Amorim, who spoke, of course, yesterday on how Højlund came in to change the game.
We need to feel something. In this moment, we need to feel something. If we need to fight each other, it's like a family. For me, it's a very, very good sign. We need to feel something, and that is important.
It shows that the players care.
That is clear. When you don't care, you don't do nothing. When you care, you fight with your brother, with your mother, with your father. So for me.
Otázka. Určitě máte radost.
So for me. Me too. For me, it's a very good sign.
Right, so for Ruben Amorim, it is a good sign. Of course, yesterday after the game, Højlund and then Amad had to, disagree on a few things. Højlund hoped he would have scored a hat-trick. Amad had a chance to just square the ball to Højlund to get a third goal and a hat-trick, and then he decided to go for glory. And after the game, the two players were seen arguing, and coach says, see, for him it is a good sign that the players care and they are hungry for success. Well, Coach Ruben Amorim also spoke on how he's been frustrated ever since joining Manchester United, and he believes that for some time he will be frustrated, but eventually things will get better.
I'm always frustrated. I think I'm going to be like that for a while. So it's normal. You want to see better things, but then you remember that we didn't have so much time to work on this kind of play. I think we had clearly a lack of pace during the first half. We were controlling the game, but without many chances because we lacked for some runs, sometimes to push the opponent back. They let us sometimes 1-against-1 in front. With our players, we have to be so much better and so much decisive in this kind of play. So that's it. I'm always frustrated because I want to see more. Like all of us. That's why they are fighting in the end of the game. We want to improve. We want to improve really fast. But it was a win, and they changed the game during the game with the type of goal that we suffered. So that part was good.
Right, that part was good for Ruben Amorim. And Højlund, the player, the man of the match, who came off the bench, who scored 2 goals, also believes that it will take some time for the players to understand the system of Amorim. Of course, he believes that they've not had so much training, in some games serve as training for them.
Yeah, yes and no. Obviously, we still need more time. It's still very early days, but again, it's about getting the routines together, and I think it's getting under the skin now, but obviously it still needs a lot of practice and a lot of time. We don't have really a lot of sessions, so we sort of had to train it during the matches. I know it sounds a bit odd, but it's how you learn the best. So yeah, we're doing our best, and I think it's getting better and better.
Right, so at the results, Hoffenheim and then FCSB played out a 0-0 draw. Another 2-2 draw, Ludogorets and AZ Alkmaar. Malmo FF2, Galatasaray 2, Olympiacos 0, FC 20 0. PAOK, yes, Barbara Manstein PAOK. They actually beat Ferencvaros by 5-0. Roma 3, Braga 0, Union St. Gilios 2, Nice 1, Victoria Pleasant 1, of course Manchester United 2. Ajax were home and lost to Lazio by 1 goal to 3. So Ajax 1, Lazio 3, Bodo Glimt 2, Besiktas 1, Elfsborg 1, Karabakh 0, FC Porto 2, Midtjylland 0, Lyon 3, Eintracht Frankfurt 2, Maccabi Tel Aviv 2, RFS 1, and then Rangers and Tottenham Hotspur played out a 1-1 draw. Interesting game yesterday. Real Sociedad 3, Dynamo Kiev 0, Spartak Slavia Prague 1, Anderlecht 2 in there. Okay, so yes, how the table looks like in the Europa League. Manchester United fans, well, if you get to know, Lazio are on top with 16 points. Athletic Club are second with 16 points. Anderlecht are third with 14 points. Lyon are fourth with 13 points. Eintracht Frankfurt are fifth with 13 points. Galatasaray are sixth with 12 points. Manchester United are in the 7th place with 12 points, and then Rangers are 8th with 11 points. Tottenham Hotspurs find themselves in the 11th position, and Ajax around the 11th position as well. Well, Tottenham in the 9th position, Ajax in the 11th position, the likes of Porto 18th position, and you find the likes of Hoffenheim out of the 24th position, so they lie around 26. So interesting 36 league team in the Europa League as well, but Manchester United are in the 8th position. Okay, yesterday Chelsea secured a 3-1 victory over Astana in the UEFA Europa League, ensuring the progression to the knockout stage for Ghanaian youngsters. Yes, the likes of Joshua Echiampong, Tarek George, Ato Ampa, and then Samuel Raksachi played vital roles in the win. Chiampong and then Raksachi started with Chiampong's excelling after resolving contract issues. Ampa making his Chelsea debut as a substitute, impressed with his energy and flair. Let's get to listen to Coach Enzo Maresca, who spoke after the game, especially on the introduction of the young lads into the team.
A long flight yesterday. The pitch was not ideal for us, but we deal with that very well. And very happy for all the team. Yeah, exactly. You have to adapt quick, and they adapt very well. And also happy for the young players that they help us tonight to win the game. Mark is doing well. Since we started, he's working hard. The thing is that we have, you have Nicola Jackson, we have Christo, both that they are doing well. But Mark, when he had the chance, he always tried to play in the right way. Yeah, exactly. They were happy, we are happy, but especially they help us to win the game, and this is the most important thing.
And finally,
right, the most important thing for Enzo Maresca is that his side won that game. Of course, we saw goals coming in from Magui in the 14th minute, and then we also saw Renato Viega scoring in the second half. Yes, with a corner kick there. All right, now let's move on to the English Premier League. Liverpool take on Fulham tomorrow. Arsenal would play Everton at the Emirates Stadium. Newcastle would host Leicester City at the St. James's Park. Ipswich play away to Wolves, and on Sunday we'll see Chelsea take on Brentford at the Stamford Bridge. Manchester City, biggest game for this weekend. Manchester City would welcome Manchester United. The Manchester Derby is on this weekend in the English Premier League. Southampton play Tottenham Hotspurs. Brighton and Hove Albion play Crystal Palace. And let's move on to the La Liga. Yes, La Liga. Real Valladolid play Valencia tonight. Espanyol take on Osasuna tomorrow. And then Mallorca play Girona, Sevilla, Celta de Vigo. Rayo Vallecano would host Real Madrid. Atletico Madrid play Getafe. Alaves take on Athletic Club. Villarreal play Real Betis. Real Sociedad take on Las Palmas. And then Barcelona on Sunday will take on Leganes at 8 p.m. Bundesliga, Freiburg host Wolfsburg. Mainz 05 play Bayern Munich. Augsburg take on Leverkusen. Union Berlin play Bochum. Mönchengladbach take on Kiel. St. Pauli play Werder Bremen, and Heidenheim take on Stuttgart. Dortmund would play Hoffenheim, and then Leipzig take on Frankfurt. And then we see in the Italian Serie A, Empoli take on Torino, Cagliari take on Atalanta, Udinese face Napoli, Juventus play Venezia, Lecce take on Monza, Bologna take on Fiorentina, Parma play Verona, Como take on Roma, AC Milan would host Genoa, and then Lazio play Inter on Monday. So on Monday evening 7:45, Lazio take on Inter Milan. Then French League 1, Toulouse take on Saint-Etienne, Marseille play Lille, Oyer take on Lens, Reims take on AS Monaco, Montpellier face Nice, Rennes take on Angers, Brest take on Nantes, Le Havre face Strasbourg, and then PSG take on Lyon. Thank you so much for joining us. The Sports Chat on Star 103.5 FM. Yes, don't forget to join us on the game at 1 p.m. We'll bring you preview. We have a big preview to the Kumasi, Asante Kotoko, and Accra Suffolk clash. Yes, we are bringing two former players. Trust me, Don Bote. Yes, I know you've missed Don Bote. Trust me. Join us on the game today at 1 p.m. We are bringing Don Bote in there. We'll bring a player from Accra Suffolk and then Kumasi Asante Kotoko to the studios on GH1 TV and then on Star FM. We'll preview the big game today. My name is Jones, ADZI. This is Star 103.5 FM.